Danielle, and I have another layout to show you. I'm going to be scrapbooking this photo of me and my daughter reading bedtime stories. It's a little old. It's from 2013, but it's such a sweet picture, and it's reading to my little London is one of my favorite things to do. So I have a few scrapbook pages that are related to reading and spending that time with her. But I start out with this layout by putting this strip of gray polka dot paper down the edge of my page. And I actually cut this too short, and I still wanted to use it, but I didn't have enough to recut it. So I just kind of had to make do. And you can see that there's a cut right there, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, so I just use it. But after I get that situated, I showed you a close-up. I went to my sewing machine and just stitched a line down it. And then I'm gonna back this photo with some tissue paper. So I didn't want to bring an additional color into this layout, and I didn't necessarily want to just use plain white cardstock. And I had just unwrapped or opened my Studio Calico Project Life Kit for this month, and they kind of wrap all those little goodies into tissue paper for those of you who don't get that kit. And it was just kind of sitting there. So I thought, well, that would be good because it wouldn't distract from anything, but it would be a little bit more airy and a different texture than just plain white cardstock. And once I double layered it up, and then I kind of just roughed up the edges a little bit just to emphasize that texture a little better. And then I'm going to pull out some tags, and I was happy to use these on this layout because I was going to use these on a different layout and it didn't quite work, but I had already cut them. And I knew if I didn't get it used up quick, they were just going to get thrown in the trash. So I was kind of determined to use them on this layout. However, that being said, it wouldn't be hard for me to use these on any layout. Tags are one of my favorite embellishment, I guess, to use. So it definitely wasn't a problem getting those on there. And I take just a little bit to mess with these and get them in the right spot. And then I put my photo down on the layout, and I had originally planned to kind of have it more shifted to the left, but once those tags were layered behind it and everything was put together, I didn't really like that anymore. So I decided I wanted it a little bit more centered. So that's what I did. And then the next thing I do is I get my journaling on this layout, and I had printed up my journaling and cut it into little strips. But when I have a layout that's a little bit more, I don't even know how to describe it, but just not as girly, I guess, and not as, I mean, I'm not using flowers. I'm using kind of a little bit more like grays and tags, and it's clean lined, and it's just a little bit more of a different style. And I know that I'm not even explaining that very good, but when I have something that's just more straightforward and straight lined and not like super girly, I don't like to type on those layouts because to me it just takes it overboard. I find that getting my handwriting on there just makes it a little bit more cute. I don't even know how else to describe it, but I definitely decide to write my handwriting, and I draw my lines out first because I seem to really be liking that look lately. And before I start journaling, I decided I want to get some stamping on here, and I pulled out a couple Memento Luxe inks, and I originally thought I was going to use the gray flannel, but then I pulled out the red just on a whim, and I actually ended up really liking it. This is a stamp set I got from ellieedwards.com, and the stamp that I'm using says the story of this photo. And I really like just that small pop of red. I think it looks really cute on there. And I just like the red with the gray with the tags. I don't know, everything's just kind of meshing well on this layout for me, I guess. So I'm just gonna get my journaling on here, and I just talk about how I really like to read books to her, and how London at this time, and still today, but was really enjoying books, and she was starting to point out things that she knew, and that was really fun. And I just had put that I hoped that she always liked books and that she always liked to read with me. And then I pull out these cork thickers, and I use a D and an ampersand and an L for Danielle in London. And then I have that little cork piece that it looks like a scalloped half circle. And I'm gonna put that up on the left-hand corner of my photo. And I know I want that there, so I just get that down. But I fuss quite a bit with these letters. So there's a little something on my photo in that lower left-hand corner, so I think I'll just put these stickers right there, or the letters right there. And then I don't know, I thought it kind of took away from the photo. And I try several different spots. I really like it down there. I think that that looks good, but I end up putting it right below my journaling. And I think that I don't know, I kind of like that option the best. Obviously, that's why I put it there, but I kind of liked it there. I liked it down at the bottom too. Even now that I'm looking at it, I think maybe I like that better, but either way, that's where it is. And because I played around with those so much, they definitely weren't sticky. And this was kind of clogged up. I make the biggest mess right here. It just globs out everywhere. And I was like, I kind of panicked a little bit, but I cleaned it up and it wasn't even that big of a deal. But I did find out that Tombow liquid glue smells nice. I mean, when you lose, it's not a strong smell, but as I was cleaning it up, it kind of had a pleasant smell, and I was like, ooh, it smells good, which I never really noticed before. But so I get these glued down, and then I just need to get my date stamp on here, and I use some Hero Art ink in, I think it's called Soft Granite. I'm pretty sure. And I like the way this layout looks right here. And so I'm just debating on where I should put that date. And I finally decide to put it at the bottom of the polka dot paper. I can see it in person pretty well, but it definitely blends in. So that's what I was going for. But this is the finished layout, and thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you soon. All right, see you later, guys.